1 2 testy westy. I don't know if I can hear myself. Testy. I don't know if I can hear myself. Okay, cool. Right. Hey guys and girls, my name's Dan. Welcome back to the Forge. Not the Forge. Welcome back to my studio slash workshop. Studio. Hey guys and girls, my name's Dan. Welcome back to the Forge. Not. Oh god, what am I doing? I'm making a mess of everything. Right, I always do this, and I always mess it up to start with. So, hey guys, I hope you're all well and Happy New Year and all that jazz. I'm doing this live to talk about a video I saw the other day. Some of you might know Roy Adams. He has a channel called Christ Sent Ironworks, and he covered a subject the other day called value, like how much. He called it Roy's Rants, and he was talking about his value, and I watched the video and it really hacked me off, like really hacked me off. I agree with what he's saying, and I've been thinking I was going to make a video in the workshop talking about it, and I thought, I don't know, it might be a good idea to do a live. The last couple of lives that I've done have been, I haven't really had a subject to talk about, and this one I do have a subject, and it's going to be value, and as makers, our value. And hopefully it's going to be an interesting subject. So please let me know, chuck some comments and stuff up, and I'll get to them when I can. I'll probably go over some questions at the end and stuff like that. And also, I'm basically going to talk about this subject. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let me know if you can hear me and stuff in the comments and that stuff. Yeah, let's get on. So value, and how much we're worth, and why that's important, and why it hacks me off when people say, oh my god, you charge that much for something. And Roy brought this up and he was talking about it. People were sort of saying to him, how can you justify, how can you sort of say it's worth that much money? And I think it comes down to two things. It comes down to ignorance, and it comes down to we don't appreciate value anymore, like handmade craft value. And this happened to me recently. I was in the same situation. I was working. I put some stuff up on Facebook, and I hate Facebook. I don't enjoy Facebook whatsoever. But I put some of my starter sets up on Facebook for people to buy on the recommendation of a friend, and he was kind of like, yeah, what you want to do is put it up on Facebook. I'm on one of these tailgates. They'll sell. I can guarantee they'll sell. It'll be really good. And basically I just got a load of stick about how much what you don't get for $240, and like people saying, oh well, I could buy this on eBay from this guy for this much money, and it was kind of like, what's the point in doing this? Why am I putting this out here for you? I have customers, they will pay this much money for the products that I make. It's your ignorance, not my. It's not my fault that you don't like the price. If you don't like the price, don't buy it, go away, don't talk to me, I'm not interested. And that's frustrating. And yeah, so I watched Roy's video and I was kind of like, I want to make a video about this, so that's why I'm talking to you guys now, basically. So the first thing I wanted to cover was like value and why something costs the money it costs. And Roy covered this a little bit, and he talks about how much value he thinks he's worth, how much he wants for the things that he makes, and that's great. I wish I could be more like that. I sort of see it a little bit differently. I always kind of see it from the point of view of how much I need to make something. So Roy uses the rule of 33. Or thirds. I've always done it slightly differently. I've done it like hourly rate, how much I need to get paid an hour to earn to cover the costs of making that product. And it takes about, say it takes about 2 hours to make a hammer. Some people might be able to do it quicker than that, and other people might be able to do it, you know, it might take them longer to do. But say it took me 2 hours to make a hammer. I have to charge £60 to cover those 2 hours work. So no matter what happens when I'm selling that hammer, it's got to cover those 2 hours work. So it's gonna cost at least £60. That's not taking into account material, that doesn't take into account shipping, that doesn't take into account the time I have to spend advertising. So it's interesting that people don't realize that. And it's and I think Roy goes on to say in his video that when he oh, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say. When he goes to make something, he's sort of like oh god, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, it costs something to make a product, and if you're like a backyard blacksmith, and I don't have a problem with backyard blacksmiths selling their products, all the more power to you guys. But when it comes to me selling against someone on eBay who made something in their garden, the prices are different. Yeah, the guy in the garden can sell a hammer that took him 6 hours to make for 40 quid, 40 pounds, because that's what he thinks that it's worth to him on his weekend. You know, if he made $40 for a day's work, good on him, you know, good job for him. But if it takes me 2 hours to make a hammer, I've got to pay for the lights, I've got to pay for the rent for the workshop on top of my rent at home. I've got to pay my wages for those 2 hours. I've got so I've got all these overheads and all these costs to running a workshop that dictate the very minimum that I can charge for something. And I don't think people understand that when they question you and say, well, that hammer isn't worth £60. I don't sell my hammers for £60. I sell them a bit more than £60, but that's why they cost that amount of money. It's not because I'm a greedy person who goes, well, I reckon I can have these people over a barrel and I can get 60 quid out of these people for my hammers. No, it's not that. I have to cover the costs of running my workshop. You don't. So what I was talking about earlier with the Facebook, people on Facebook going, it's amazing what you don't get for 240 quid. $240, sorry. Well, this guy then went on and went, oh, I found this image of this hammer on eBay for $40, and these punches, all 10 punches or something it was, for $60. And you're sitting there thinking, yeah, but both of these blokes, their quality of the stuff that you're showing me isn't the same as the quality of stuff that I'm making. No offense to those people, right? But at the same time, they were made like backyard blacksmith hobbyist style hammers. And he's sitting there thinking, how can you compare what I'm making for something like that? It's like comparing it's like comparing a cheap end Chinese hand spanner with a snap-on spanner. It's completely different. And the other thing that comes with value, when you value something, is what I'm willing to offer as part of selling a product. When you buy something off me, you're investing in me. You're invested in the time that I've had to take to train to become a blacksmith, to give you guys a great quality product. You've got to think of my overheads, and then the fact that if you break that hammer or if you break those tongs, and it's a reasonable reason why you broke them. I mean, like, for me, I can't do what Snap-on does. If you put a 16-foot scaffold bar on an inch spanner and you snap it in half, well, Snap-on will replace your spanner. I can't do that. But, you know, if I make a hammer and it breaks because I'm a dunce and I did something wrong, I'll replace your hammer. I'm not going to argue with you. I'll give you a new product. And that's a service. You're buying me. You're buying me. You've watched my videos. You've come to like me and understand what it is that I'm selling. And then sort of, you know, you're buying a quality, a standard, and then you've got to remember, I went to university, I had to train with other blacksmiths, and I'm doing, not that the people in the backyards haven't done that, but they might be making hammers from a video that they watched of me making those hammers, you know. So there's a certain amount of value that's added onto something. So when a product costs so much money, there's a reason for it. It's not me going, well, I reckon I can get more money than Joe Blogs for that. And I also deliberately choose to sell my hammers for the hourly rate that it costs to make them, plus the materials, which means that I come in quite low, and my hammer prices, I think I'm even cheaper than Roy. I think I've seen some of the prices for his hammers. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm not saying his hammers are better or mine are whatever. But I consciously made a decision to make a product that falls in a bracket that isn't like there are hammers out there, and I know they are extortionately expensive. And then there's products out there such as such as your backyard blacksmiths. I hate to call him, you know, hobbyists, and they're selling quite cheap hammers. I sort of fall in the middle. Yes, you could go to your hardware store. You can go to, I don't know what your American hardware stores are called or whatever. You can go to your hardware stores and you can pay 10 to 12, 15, $16 or £16 for a hammer. That'll, you know, I would have used it previously when I first started. Or you can go online and buy a Bruce Wilcox hammer for £100. Like, it just depends, you know, what value you're going to attribute to the product you're making, and how much value that you see that you're worth for the things that you've made. And then the other thing that I think is quite interesting that I don't think a lot of people understand about customers. I have customers who happily pay for the product because of, like what I was saying before about value and how much I'm worth and how much the product's worth. They've invested in time in me. They've watched my videos. They know that they're going to get a certain quality product because that's what I've said that I'm going to give them, and I reassure. Like, now, I'm not trying to promote my sales. What I'm saying is I'm going to give a certain quality. People don't understand. If you say, like, I don't know if I don't know how many Americans we've got on at the minute, because I think the time's not very good. Anyway, basically, people will pay money for stuff. People will pay for products if they think it's worth it, basically. So what I was going to say is a case study would be a plain cup, plain white ceramic mug that you drink coffee out of. Now, you might have your cheap Poundland brand bargain bucket, buck shop, I know, dollar shop, whatever you call them out in the States, and that product is like just, you know, they sell it for $1, right? They might be selling that same product for a middle of the range store, say, like, I don't know, I was going to use Marks and Spencer's as an example, and they might sell that product for £3 or £4, and then the same company selling the same white cup for like however much it costs to a company in London called Harrods, who are then selling that cup for £10. It's the same bloody cup, but it depends on your customers. And what happens when you're in that situation, when you go in the pound shop, you go, oh, that's a cup for £1, I'll have that, that's cheap. Whereas someone who's buying it from bloody Harrods might see that same cup in a pound shop and go, oh, £1 for a cup? I'm not going to pay that much money for a cup, and not buy it. Whereas in Harrods, you know, those people's roles swap round. Someone picks up the cup and they're like, oh, that cup's £10. I could buy that cup in a Poundland for £1. And they, you know, whereas they go in and go, oh, a £10 cup, I'm going to have me one of those. Harrods is notorious. It's a London shop. It's owned by the Al Fayyads. They're super rich folk. They have, you know, they sell products in there like hundreds of thousands of pounds, watches, really rare and exotic fragrances from all over the world. They sell Lego in there, and their Lego prices are like higher than you would pay on, you know, like on the high street if you went to Argos. So, you know, like, it depends on what you're actually willing to pay someone compared to, like, if you're willing to pay the price for the product, you'll buy it. Like, don't tell me it's not worth that much money if someone's going to pay for it. If someone's going to pay for it, it's worth that much money, isn't it? So don't tell me it's not worth that much money. It really hacks me off, and it boils down to ignorance. This is a steady old show today. So basically, I've come on live just to talk about value. That's what I'm talking about. I will do some chat stuff later. I'll answer some questions, and you know, just have a bit of what does shooting the poop or whatever it is. Just have a bit of fun watching and talking about whatever you guys have questions about. But yeah, I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about. Hey Wade and BC659. Hey guys, I've just looked at the chat, by the way. Just reading some comments. So, but yeah, basically that was the point of this video. Nothing special. I just fancied talking about what Roy said and getting it off my chest. Hopefully it made sense. And also this video will be uploaded so people can watch it later. You know, I really respect Roy standing up for the products that he's putting out there, and putting up with ignorant trolls on the internet that don't know what they're talking about. It just frustrates me. It really frustrates me that we live in a culture where people can't respect what people can't respect what we are making as makers. Yeah, that sucks. Hi, Anthony, and just so you know, I have found out over the last 60 years, when you feed the stupid, they don't get any smart. I like that one. Kick me around? Who are we kicking around, mate? If you're gonna kick me around. Anyway, so yeah, what is this cat doing? I think that my cat is currently climbing. I need to put up there. Where is she? There she is. Can you see her? I don't know if you can see the cat. She's climbing in there. Get out! Oi! Oi! Stop it! Pest. So yeah. So yeah, value. I wonder what you guys think. What do you guys think about value? Do you think, if I told you, I've got something to show you guys, a little bit exciting. We made this the other day. I don't know how many people have seen the video. There you are. It's growing on me, this hammer, somewhat. It's not what I wanted it to look like. I think I wanted this bit a bit rounder. Now, how much should I charge for this? You have to remember, it's the first time I've made a hammer like this. It was a little bit of an experiment. You know, what would you pay for this hammer? I'm just interested. It would be good to find out. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to kick the table. I just wondered what you guys thought. How much is something like that worth to you guys? And then I'll tell you how much it's cost me to make. But unfortunately, a product like this is obviously it's the first one of many. But it is the first. It's the prototype. Ergo, it took me longer to make than it should have. And it's not finished yet. I need to harden it and stuff. But a nice hammer. I'll tell you, that hammer is worth no less than $100. Okay, that's fair enough. I paid $50 for a similar style brand one, if that helps. Okay, Elliot, thank you. Yeah, come on guys, there's 12 of you out there. How much would you pay for that hammer? I'd be really interested to know what you would pay, and then I'll tell you how much it cost me to make. Because it's important to understand that whilst producing products, I mean, I said this before, some of you might not have heard, it costs me so much money to turn the lights on in my workshop. It costs me money to buy the coke that I put through the forge. They're external from my backyard. You know, if I was doing this in my backyard, the value of having the lights on would be, you know, I would be 120 euros. Is it about it's £3.5. 120 euros. 120 euros is about £100, isn't it? Come on, there's 16 of you. How much would would you like to pay for this type of hammer? What would you expect to pay for this type of hammer? £3 rounding hammer. This camera is really weird. It's kind of like, makes everything look a bit round. There you are. And it would have, I'd get this handle all nice and finished up and have the nice wedge in there. I like to use brass wedges in there. What would you pay? Obviously, it'd be hardened as well. And you got shipping on top, remember? What have we got? Do you mean $100? $100. Okay, $100. Okay. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it cost me £30 to run the workshop for an hour. That pays me a certain amount of money. It pays to keep the lights on. It pays the rent. It pays the insurance. Something else that guys in their backyards don't have. It pays. It pays for everything basically. It pays to run the truck. It pays for me to sit at home and do my paperwork. So that £30 an hour has to cover all of those things as part of running a business. So if I told you it took 3 hours to make that, and it was a prototype, it's the first time I've ever done it. It took 3 hours to make that hammer, roughly about 3 hours, plus a little bit of messing around, the grinding process. That makes it £90. If you add the material on, we'll say about £10 for materials. You're talking about £100. So I guess a few of you guys there were right. About 100. I think $100 is probably a bit on the. It's not quite £100. It's kind of about £85. But so I mean, I'm probably talking to a very sympathetic audience in this situation, it's really difficult. It's really difficult to explain to people why it costs so much money to sell something. Hopefully this video, hopefully Roy sees it, and because he was talking about the copper bowls that he makes. He makes these copper bowls, and he was talking about, what are you doing, cat? Get down. He's talking about it cost him $100 to make his copper bowls, and he sells them and the polishing, and he only makes $33 out of that. And it's interesting that people are a little bit ignorant of like what it might actually cost someone to make something. So I think I've covered the random rant now. I really enjoyed making this hammer the other day, though. Let's talk about this hammer for a bit, because I know people like hammers. I really enjoyed making this hammer the other day. I learned a lot, and I definitely found that, I don't know if you guys saw the video, but punching the hole nice and small and then drifting it and then doing the fullers worked out quite nice. Tidy little hammer, tidy big hammer, I guess. I cheated a bit, and I didn't show you guys the cheat. I had an old hammer I drift for knocking. I don't know if you can see that. So it's a bit skew-iffy. It's only a little bit skew-iff. It doesn't quite run. Anyway, this camera goes right. Anyway, basically it was a little bit skew-iff, and it's because I punched the hammer I drift through for the power hammer, and it didn't go through straight. I've had that happen before, and normally I just throw the hammer away, but because it was a test, I kept it on the go. So I'm proud. And there are 2 more of these. There's a video coming. You'll see me making 2 more, and a little steak anvil thing. Hopefully that video will be up. If not tomorrow, it'll be up on Tuesday. And I've got some fun stuff coming up. I've got some railings back from the galvanizers, which I've had no luck with these railings that I'm making for this customer, because bloody galvanizers proceeded to galvanize them and then run them over. So they've crushed all one end of the railings. So I've got to redo all that. One end, so I might show you guys that, which is really, really irritating, the fact that they managed to crush the railings. I'm really pissed off. But on a side note, again, this is a value thing. Things like that happen if you're making a lot of products, and like big railings and stuff like that. They cost a lot of money to make, and I had to speak to them. I said, sort of like, look guys, you've run over my bloody railings. The customer was expecting these to go in this Saturday. I couldn't put them in this Saturday because I crushed half of them. And they're kind of like, oh, really sorry, we don't want this to happen. It's quite embarrassing that this has happened. This doesn't happen very often. Again, there. I'm like, yeah, but who's going to cover the cost of me now fixing them? Because my customer isn't going to pay for the fact that you run something over. So they've offered to pay my hourly rate to fix them. So yeah, yay. But I think it's all the zinc at the galvanizers. It gets in the heads and makes them a bit. You have a camera, cat. Cool. That's basically everything. So I'll show you those railings, and I've got to do the finish on those. They're going to have an acid etch, T-wash etch put over them. They go kind of like a darky grey colour. I'm going to go over that and show that a little bit. I'm going to make some fullers, top and bottom fullers. That stuff's coming up real soon. Any ideas for videos, guys? I know there's loads of stuff for me to do, but it's kind of nice to know what you guys want as well. And yeah, that's about everything, really, I think. We've nearly been on for about half an hour. I'd like to get some questions off you guys. If you guys have got any questions, fire them at me. We can have a bit of a chat about that. I've got stock for books coming. I wanted to get them in before Christmas, but I didn't have a chance. And hopefully you can start working through the Blacksmith Bible in February? Where's that cat gone? Hopefully work through the Blacksmith Bible in February. A chainmaker's hardy. I made a really crap one for Elliot. I made a really crap chainmaker's hardy about 3 months ago, and yeah, I did kind of do a video on that, but it's in the chain making video briefly. It didn't work very well. Who do we have a 2-day class with, Anthony? I'm not following that. Hi, Curtis. How's it going? Who else is here? Jacob. Hey, dude. I don't speak anything Netherlandish. Who did I miss the class thing? Who did we have a class with? Is that Kevin? Are you saying you'd pay 175 Canadian dollars for that hammer? Because I can arrange that. Anthony. Joey. Oh, Steer, Stag, Joey. I know who you mean. I went to college with Joey. He's an exciting fellow. Any more questions, guys? We've got a bit more time. I'll be kicking around for a little bit. Is there any projects that you guys want to see? I'd really like to know if there's any stuff. I've run out of things to say now. I did my speech and I've run out of things to say. We're winding down. And then I'll go to past and knock it on the head. So we will. Where's the cat gone? Cool. We're also heading towards the leg vise. I've got some drawings. Once we get to 4,000 subscribers, we're going to do the 40 kilo challenge, which is 88 pounds, I think. 40 kilos is 88 pounds. So we're going to make a leg vise, which is going to be great fun. And Zergling, hey, just tuning in. I've just gotten into forging and I'm still getting supplies as I go. That's cool, dude. What sort of things do you need videos on? I've got quite a few tools, beginner's tools. Did you receive the grinder plans? I did. Did you send them? Wait, did you send them through Google Plus? I can't remember if they came through now. I'm just gonna look. Bolt tongs, Zergling. Yeah. Just got a pair of wolf jaw bit tongs for my first set. What tongs should I focus on getting next? Wolf Jaws is good. Bolt tongs is good. It depends what you want to make. I would say if you want to make knives, well, you could make tongs to hold a knife using bolt tongs, or you can make knife makers tongs or pickup tongs. It depends what you want to make, but yes, bolt tongs. Oh, excuse me, bolt tongs, pickup tongs, or knife making tongs. I would go for one of those. Depends what kind of avenue you want to go down with forging. Unless you're going to be a farrier, and then some farriers tongs would be good. Gooseneck versus bits. Sorry, Jacob, I don't know what gooseneck means. Bits. Bolt jaws versus bits. I don't. What do you mean by bit? Jacob, I'm not sure what that means, but if you emailed them to you, Wade. Oh. I'll have to check that, Wade. I'll send you an email. I found your email. I'll send you an email back, and then we can talk about that. Sorry, I've lost the train. I've lost that. Hi, Chris. Hi, Dan. Where is the forge located approximately, if that's not too personal a question? My forge is... Where are you based in the world, Chris? My forge is in Herefordshire. It's in a place called Wormbridge, and it's located on a farm not far from the main road. It's not. I don't have like any signage or advertising. The guy who owns my building, he's not so keen on me publicising sort of the location. He doesn't want like randomers sort of just turning up. Would you ever make any kind of weapon like a sword, spear, axe, etc.? Robin, hey Robin, Hoogland. I hope I got your surname right. Robin. Yeah, I made that weird orc sword, and I want to make. If there are any Warhammer fans out there, I don't know. I might be preaching to a dull audience when it comes to Warhammer, but I want to make a chain sword, which I think could be quite a cool project. Because I saw the one on Men on Arms, and I thought it was crap. So I reckon I can make a better one. So mostly wanting to make knives, knife making tongs, Zergling. I'm also assuming you're a StarCraft fan, Elliot. I'm currently at Hereford College of Arts Level 2, wondering if you had any words about the place. Wondering if you had any words about the place. Level 2, what course are you doing, Elliot? And I really liked Hereford. There's some egos. Both, I probably shouldn't say this on camera, both tutors and students alike, but they are definitely, it's definitely an amazing place. There's so much, like your tutors there, the skill base is amazing. It's a really great place. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's Hereford College of School of Blacksmithing. It's linked in with the Artist Blacksmithing course at Hereford College of Arts. It's a really, really, really great place, especially for students. To learn level 2 blacksmithing and metal work. So it's a tech course you're doing, isn't it? Yeah, I really like the place. I think it's really great. Really great atmosphere. Like I said, you do get your egos there, but you get your egos wherever you go. And yeah, it's a brilliant place. I liked it anyway. Right, what else have we got? I forgot how many people wanted to make knives. Yeah, lots of people want to make knives, don't they? Sorry, Dan. What was off the record? I can't remember. Cat is in the box. Which box? She gets everywhere. She does. Chris, North Knots. Here's some distance. No issue. Thanks for answering the question. Dude, if you're ever, Chris, if you're ever nearby, if you're ever in Hereford, I'm more than happy to have you come down and say hello. And I am going to try and get the courses going a bit better, a bit slicker on the website so people can come down and do more advanced courses and taster courses. How about making a chain mace? Dude, might be fun. maybe until maybe multiple disciplines. Oh, sorry, disciplines might be fun. A chain mace would be pretty cool. That might be worth making. I will make some stuff in the future, I think. I want to build a bit more of I want to build a bit more of a base for the channel before I go crazy making crazy stuff. I don't want the channel. I want the channel to how do you say this with? I want the channel to grow to a point where it's very inclusive. I want it to be inclusive of blacksmiths, and I want it to be inclusive of people wanting to get into blacksmithing, and also I just want people to be able to watch it. I don't want to be famous. So it's got nothing to do with fame or anything like that. But I really enjoy making the videos. I enjoy giving the content to you guys. I enjoy having these conversations. It's a really good way to talk to you guys as well, doing the live stuff, and building that relationship with you guys. And I love it. I really, 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 really enjoy it. It sounds really sad when you say it, but once you get into it, it's a really good. It's really rewarding creative process to go through, making an item, making a video, working through the item, working through the video, building the products. It's a really great way, a really creative process, and I love it to pieces. And I'd like to grow and make it. I don't want to become like like Alex Steele, and it becomes a media channel, and it's all about my media content, and that's crap. It's not about that. It's about making something like I'm thinking about starting up another channel called Go Big or Go Home, where I go and find big bits of kit and show you guys those big bits of kits, like big bits of mining equipment and big power hammers and big cranes and bridges and steam engines. I'd love to do that. Because I get the sort of stuff that gets me giddy. And then the other thing I'd like to do is me and my girlfriend are thinking about building a house, a container home, and I kind of think, well, people might want to see that as well. And it's just different avenues. And I'm also thinking about doing my MA, my Master of Arts, in Sweden, Steneby. It's not definite. It's not 100%. But if I do it, it's 2 years. Well, it's not quite 2 years. It's 18 months. But it's something that I want to explore, and making the channel develop and move around that as well. That would be quite interesting, I think. I don't know, would you guys like to see any of that stuff? I don't know whether or not. I know we're all blacksmiths here. I will always be a blacksmith. I'll always be a creative person. But I don't know whether or not you guys want to see it. Maybe you don't care. Cool. So where was we? How about, no, we've done that one. Knives are great until you start selling them. Then it's like making hammers and selling them. It's why do they cost so much? Yeah, I get. I got a comment the other day on a video where I said you make £200 off a knife, and someone was like, "Who makes £200 for a knife?" So it's like, well, his motorbike, his forklift chain Damascus steel, mate. But it's probably on the cheap side. So how hard is it to find a job forging after doing your level 2 course? If you haven't found one yet, there aren't many jobs out there for students after college. There are paying jobs, and working for free and food is two different things. I know there's lots of blacksmiths out there that will have you in their workshop space and feed you and give you somewhere to live, but whether or not they're going to pay you very much money, I don't know. It's a very odd scenario. There are some places up and down the country that will give you work, but those jobs are far and few between, and they are hard to get hold of. So if you do get one, well done, and cherish and love that job. If you do enjoy it, you really want to try and keep that job if you can. Bella, you are famous to one degree or another. We watch your content all over the world. Oh, Chris, that's very kind of you, but I don't. Well, whatever. I think you're being a bit nice there, mate. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, Billy. Hope you're well. Yeah, what do you guys think to a different kind of content? Like, I would really like to, like I said, another channel, Go Big or Go Home, where looking at, like, I've got, there's a place up in Manchester. They've got this Museum of Science. Oh God, what is it? Science and Industry. And they got this big, massive Russian snowblower train thing for digging through snow on train lines and stuff. You can go inside it and walk around. It's really cool. I think that would be, and like, I'd love to go start exploring the world a little bit and bringing out a video once a month showing you guys some really cool kit. That'd be really amazing. What you thinking is the best material for axe drifts, Dan? Anthony, probably H13. But H13 is quite dear. And also that titanium drift I made. If you've not seen the titanium drift video where I made the titanium drift, there is some footage in the next video that's going to come out of me using the titanium drift, and it is absolutely brutal. The stuff, it's, I was so impressed. Basically, it comes out hot. You can just quench it off straight away, and you don't have any problems. Like, you don't have to worry that you're quenching it because you're not work hardening it. It's already really, really hard. The problem that I was having with the titanium, which I wasn't expecting, and I really should have been a bit more, should have had a bit more nous about this, was the fact that you hit it, it's hard, it chips. And there's a bit, I don't think you're going to see it because I haven't used that footage, but there's a bit of a chip of this titanium punch flinging off across the workshop. It's bright white. That was a little bit like, oops, yeah, it might be why people don't use it. So, Jacob, an air hardening tool steel is good though. H13. I don't know any other brand in H. Like, there are some other different types of air hardening steels. The problem with air hardening steels is that they're all well and good. They're bloody expensive. They're neat, like a meter of 25 round H13. I got a price for that with delivery, was like 165 quid. L6. You're Netherlands, aren't you? We got weird numbers here. We got completely different sets of numbers to everywhere else in the world, which sucks. The price for a meter of titanium is like £240. There's not that much difference for the, like, a 25mm grade 5 titanium. You know, S1, S7. Is that an air hardening? Are they air hardening? So S1 through to S7's air hardening products, are they as well? Wade. So, but yeah, definitely H13. It's expensive, and like, I guess it's L6, and I think they put like vanadium and manganese in it, and that's what gives it its air hardening qualities, which is, they're also very expensive ores. That's what pushes the price up a little bit. What I would like to try is getting a press set up, a hydraulic press or something, and doing like Yuri Hoffy style carbide tooling. That stuff is brutal, and you can't hit it. You hit it, it explodes, but you can use it for punching tools, and it deals with heat. It absolutely amazingly deals with heat. I just bought a folding knife for €150. Wow, what a little 3-inch sort of fold, like a 75mm folding knife, Robin. I have no problems with paying more for high quality. Exactly. I was going to say, for an example, like watches, for example, you don't complain about a 10 grand watch. If you've got a 10 grand watch in your wrist or a 100 grand watch in your wrist, you is a baller and you's making money. And it's kind of like, you know, look at my 100 grand piece on my wrist. Like, you're making money, and that is a cool watch. People don't go, oh God, that handmade watch costs you so much money. Oh, I wouldn't buy one of those. So, oh, you can be too angry about some things, can't you? Oh, cool. Any more questions, guys? I'm going to wrap it up in about, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to wrap it up in just a second. If not, I'm going to say bye. I want to make a little bit of an apology. Over Christmas, I was really poorly, and you might have seen that terrible leaf video I made. That was like literally the day before I was hanging. Was it the day before, or was it, what video was it? Anyway, there was a video I put out just before Christmas. oh, it was bad. And the next day I was awful. And then from there on, oh, I know, and then I made the leaf making video just after Christmas. I was really desperate. I've got some great projects coming up that I can't tell you about. There's a bit of a collaboration going on with someone, and I really wanted to get that video done over Christmas because he's desperate to get on as well. And I was kind of like, and it'd be great for the channel. It'd be really, really good. And I was hanging. I couldn't get out of bed, and someone was saying to me, "It's probably the first time you've actually ever had the flu." So yeah, it was minging. Cool. I guess I'm going to wrap this up now and say goodbye to you guys. Thank you for joining me today. I really just wanted to have a chat about that value thing. I thought this was a great way to do it. I might try and do this on a regular, just moan about stuff. Thank you if any of you guys have subscribed to the channel, if you've commented. I do read all the comments. I genuinely read all the comments. They come up on my phone, so I get the chance to read comments as I'm going through day-to-day things. I just genuinely don't. I should probably like them, shouldn't I? Then you'll know that I've seen them. I probably start doing I probably sorry dude, I didn't mean. You can watch it back though. It'll be up in a minute and you can watch it again. You can listen to me whine about stuff. So thank you for subscribing, guys. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for being part of the gang. If you're a Patreons, if you catch this, thank you for being a Patreon and pledging. It's a honest to God, guys, great way to support the channel. Really helps me, and there's some real goodies on there. Some of you guys, I might do an extra new slot again, like I did with the books. I might do some more stuff like that soon. So that is everything. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys soon. If there's anything you want me to rant about in another video, leave that in the comments. Subscribe, like, follow, do whatever. Go check out my Instagram. There's a link to the Instagram in the description. That'd be really good. Go and check out my website as well. There's some cool pictures on there and stuff. And Elliot, if you wanted to come up to the workshop, you're more than welcome to contact me. And who else was I can't who else was it? I don't know if you're still here, matey. Where's you gone? Anyway, there was another dude from the college. I'm terrible with names, guys. I really apologize. If you guys, and anyone who's in England, anyone who's local, if you drop me an email, we can have a chat. If you want to pop up to the workshop and say hello, get your face in a video or something, I'm always happy. I'm really happy to have you guys say hello. Johnny B in on the final hour. Like the cavalry. How you doing, dude? I'm unfortunately wrapping this video up. See you guys later. My workshop's in Herefordshire, in a place called Wormbridge. If you are interested. Are you in the UK? Oh, I said I was going. I do this every time. I say I'm going and I hang around for a bit. Johnny, by the way, thank you for your comment the other day on the videos. Springfield, the mothership of Bass Pro and Throne Biscuits. Again, no better than that. Fair enough. Cool, guys. Okay, guys. See you later. Bye bye.